Live here with Sinéad McNamara from the National Menopause Summit. Did you know there was a National Menopause Summit happening? Sinéad, welcome.
Hiya, Sam. How are you? Thanks for the opportunity. This is great.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. I think this is wonderful what you're doing, but tell us a little bit about yourself and what motivated you to do this National Menopause Summit.
Sure, absolutely. Well, just first to note, Sam, that this is actually the third National Menopause Summit that we are running. And when we have run our 2-day symposium in the Aviva Stadium on the 11th and 12th of April this year, just next month now, just a matter of weeks away at this stage, we will have rolled out 3 National Menopause Summits within the space of 13 months. So the inaugural National Menopause Summit took place at the Round Room in the Mansion House on the 23rd of March last year. And my motivation really to run this particular summit or to establish this summit was based on my own menopause journey, Sam. So I am 55 now, and back in 2020, I hit my menopause, or should I say the menopause hit me like a steam train, quite frankly. We were all in COVID at that point, which was obviously extremely challenging for so many reasons, and that's a whole separate conversation. But I found around April, May of 2020 that I started to suffer from what can only be described as debilitating brain fog. So brain fog doesn't sound all that scary as a term, but in menopause, it can. Now, not everybody is going to suffer from brain fog, but if it does manifest itself, it's on a spectrum from sort of occasionally forgetful up to, oh my God, what the hell is happening?
Yeah.
So for me, I was on the, oh God, help me here. What is going on? Things were so bad that I didn't actually make a connection between what I was suffering from and the menopause. I actually believed that I was developing early onset dementia. It was hugely distressing, Sam, as you can imagine, because you start to worry about your life, your work life, how you're going to carry on effectively. And I really did believe that it was the beginning of the cognitive end for me. So basically, to move on to a better time than that, I went on to HRT. I was always going to go on HRT, and luckily enough, I was someone that was suitable for it. And in time, things began to settle down for me. But I started to kind of germinate the idea, if you like, of running a summit around menopause during COVID. I was thinking about this. Number one, because there is so much, and still to a large degree, misinformation and dark art and all kinds of balderdash, if you can use that word, around menopause online. And also, there didn't seem to be any particular platform in terms of an event that was offering best-in-class, fact-based information around the treatment of menopause, but also in terms of empowering and educating organizations on the introduction of menopause supports, obviously to support their employees. So that is basically where the idea came from. Number one, from a physiological and psychological perspective, I was suffering the rigors of menopause. And number two, I really believed my career was over, and I just didn't know what I was going to do. So I felt there was a real opportunity here to put together a summit that was 100% fact-based. And I cannot emphasize that enough. We do not deal in any kind of, dodgy information or have anybody on stage trying to sell you anything or anything along those lines. We only deal with best-in-class speakers delivering best-in-class information, so that when our delegates leave, be they business delegates or private individuals, they will have basically received a masterclass in menopause at the summit.
Well, do you know what? I love that, if you can't find what you're looking for, create it yourself.
Indeed.
So that's what you did. Anita says, hello, ladies. Hello, Anita. Lovely.
Hi, Anita.
Yeah. So, I mean, what can companies that attend expect to learn at the summit?
Absolutely. Okay. Well, first, just to say, we were absolutely thrilled at our summit, our inaugural summit in Dublin. And then we went down to Cork in October last year around the National Menopause Summit Cork. We had a host of organizations attend. So private, public, semi-state, not-for-profit. So just to throw out a couple of names, we'd everyone from Google to Pfizer to Davy Stockbrokers to Musgrave to Barnardo's. I mean, and lots and lots of the government departments. So the list goes on in that regard. But what they can expect to learn is they can expect best in class information from our speakers around the whole subject of menopause and the workplace. So the agenda is broken up into two halves on the day. So in the morning, we focus on menopause in the workplace. And in the afternoon, we focus on the journey through menopause, which is more clinical. So in terms of menopause in the workplace, we have incredible speakers. So we have Katie Ridge, who is a barrister at law, and she's head of employer relations at Adair HRM. We have the wonderful Loretta Dignam, and Loretta is the CEO and founder. Yeah, she's fantastic. Of the Menopause Hub, and the Menopause Hub also offer the Menopause Academy. So Loretta's done a lot of workplace stuff around menopause within companies. We have the wonderful Maeve McLean, who's the Chief People Officer at Lidl Ireland and Northern Ireland. And Maeve is going to stand up and talk about exactly how they introduce supports. And we have a wonderful expert panel, includes the likes of Martin Gillick, who is the head of wellbeing at Bus Éireann. And Martin, God bless him, was the person within Bus Éireann who introduced their menopause policy, and Goretti Sheridan, who is Chief Superintendent in An Garda Síochána. And Goretti, again, was instrumental within the police force in terms of introducing their menopause support document. So a host of incredible speakers. So if an organisation, be them small or big or middle size, attend the event, or even if you're not attending it as, say, somebody in the HR department or somebody on the management team, you are going to learn a huge amount in terms of introducing these supports, which you can bring back to your organization. But if companies are attending, obviously they're going to receive this knowledge as well.
And can people go, like someone like me that just wants to go along and learn fact-based information?
Oh, absolutely.
Because it's so hard to find the right information. I'm at that perimenopausal stage, and I'm getting the brain fog. I ran out of Super Value with my trolley full of shopping the other day.
So, I mean, it's just desperate. I know, Sam.
Even every one of the girls in the checkout went, yeah, I've been there. You know, they actually understood.
Yeah, I know.
Nice. But you know, so can someone just like me just go and get a ticket?
Absolutely. Well, the way that I designed the agenda, Sam, as I say, the morning is menopause in the workplace, and the afternoon is the journey through menopause, where we're dealing with the very best clinicians, healthcare practitioners, etc., who will be delivering that information. So if I go there, imagine it's not me, as Sinead, just, if you like, woman on the street, and I buy my ticket, then I am going to receive all the very best fact-based, medical, evidence-based information around menopause symptoms, how to deal with them. And I will also get the benefit of the workplace piece as well, where I can see, oh, okay, I must mention this to my employer. Or if I go there as an employer, obviously I'm getting the workplace learning. But let's imagine, I'm going to speak in cliches for a second. I'm the HR manager, and I'm either haven't reached menopause age yet, or I'm a man, for example. Then I will completely understand through the afternoon session why it's so necessary to introduce the supports and the awareness programs into my organization. So one narrative feeds into the other, Sam. So to answer your question, everybody is welcome to the National Menopause Summit. And I'll take this opportunity to make the point very strongly that this is not an event that is designed exclusively for midlife women. It is an educational platform for everybody, whether you're young, older, in midlife yourself, you're an employer. You know, we've had local government, we've had government departments attend the summit. So it is literally an educational platform for everybody around the subject of perimenopause and menopause.
Fantastic. And I think you covered a lot of the questions I was going to ask you, you know, with the people who, you know, the speakers. I know Alana Kirk is speaking as well. And
yes, Alana is speaking. Yeah, no, so just in terms of some of the other speakers, we've Dr. Deirdre Lundy speaking, who is the head of the Complex Menopause Clinic at the National Maternity Hospital. And Deirdre really is considered, if you like, if I can use this expression, the queen of menopause in Ireland. I mean, everybody knows about Deirdre. She's done a huge amount of advocacy work. She's written a book on menopause. She's always been very vocal about it. We've Dr. Kiva Hartley, who is the clinical lead at the Rotunda Menopause Clinic. We have Shalini Wiseman, who's an amazing pelvic physio, and she's incredible as well. We have Alana Kirk speaking. So also, in addition, there's so much stuff happening at this, so much stuff happening across the 2 days, Sam. So we have a main stage, basically, where we have all of our speakers. And obviously, we've incredible speakers delivering incredible knowledge. And anybody who jumps onto nationalmenopausesummit.com can see our agenda on the day. But we're also going to present 6 breakout sessions across the day. They will not in any way compromise the main stage. So they will take place during the mid-morning break. There'll be 2. During lunch, there'll be 2 more. And in the mid-afternoon break, there'll be 2. I will be announcing those as well. But they are going to literally cover everything from, managing your relationship in menopause, stepping into your power in menopause, how best to, we've got an amazing pharmacist called Victoria Jones. She'll be going up on the side shortly, joining us. And Victoria is literally going to do a demonstration on how best to use your HRT medication, which is something that she does within her own pharmacy. So there's lots of extra bits and bobs of really useful information, as well as the main stage agenda.
And then Mariella Frostrup.
Of course, how could I forget Mariella? So we're working with Mariella Frostrup, and Mariella is our international keynote, and Mariella is a menopause champion, literally globally at this point. Mariella was the first person to produce a documentary on menopause for the BBC back in 2018. I have a really nice interview with Mariella actually on the national, it will be coming up shortly actually on the National Menopause Summit. No, it's already gone out. Sorry, I'm losing track. It's already gone out. If anybody looks up there or jumps onto the YouTube, which is National Menopause Summit, they'll see the interview with Mariella. Yeah. She's amazing. And of course, we have the wonderful Gráinne Seoige as our MC, and Gráinne has been our MC across our entire journey to now. So she worked with us obviously in Dublin and Cork last year. So she's coming back to the Aviva. So we're absolutely, we're so excited. It's a jam-packed program. But it
sounds like it is. Yeah,
no, it really is. But we're really, the way that we work in terms of our speakers, they are amazing experts in their fields, obviously, but they're also super speakers. So like, you're not going to be sitting there going, oh God, these people are, really know how to deliver a message with power. So it's really, really compelling. So we're very excited.
Well, actually, I was watching the hashtag last year, National Menopause Summit, and I saw some of the things that were going on. So I actually did see it on Twitter in my feed. Yes. And I saw some of the data and some of the statistics. You did a survey recently, actually. Do you have some statistics to share with us today?
God, I've got so many statistics to share. So firstly, just to say in terms of the workplace piece, so a number of years ago, Beck and Loretta at the Menopause Hub did a joint survey of women at menopause age in work, right? And the bottom line was that through the data they captured, 1 in 10 women at perimenopause, menopause age were leaving the workplace. Okay, so that's absolutely shocking. So if you consider that you've got somebody on your staff and she has, let's say at this point in your life, 25, 30 years experience, and she's choosing to walk out the door because there is nobody to speak to, and I can say this personally, Sam, not only are, if you're suffering badly with menopause symptoms, not only are you kind of discombobulated from a personal perspective, but you've got the added pressure in a workplace of pretending everything is okay. And I can't explain how stressful that is, on top of the brain fog, the anxiety and whatever, or the endless hot flushes or whatever it is that you're suffering from. So to have to pretend everything is okay into the bargain, some people go, I'm just not prepared to do it anymore. And 1 in 10 women were leaving, which is a huge loss to employers. Obviously, you cannot replace that kind of experience. So we did the National Menopause Summit. We did our own survey this year, and we had over 850 people respond, which we were delighted about. And we split the survey into 4 separate sections, and one of them was obviously menopause in the workplace. And the data that we captured was that 53% of the people of the respondents said that menopause supports were not offered in their workplace. 76% also responded saying that they found that their perimenopause and menopause symptoms adversely affected their work performance. 63% considered leaving their job as a result of menopause symptoms. And obviously, I assume in the backdrop of not having any supports. And in fact, 7% left. So that is absolutely shocking, Sam. So what we want to do with the National Menopause Summit is be the antidote to that effectively. And just one other thing to mention, while I appreciate not everybody can make it to the summit because it doesn't work with their calendar or whatever, I would like to take the opportunity to share that lots of this information, including, interviews with Mariella, with Dr. Deirdre Lundy, Dr. Kiva Hartley, Goretti Sheridan, our wonderful chief superintendent from Garda Síochána, Katie Ridge, our barrister at law. There are interviews with all of these people on the National Menopause Summit YouTube channel. So if you can't make it to the live event, if you like, we have established the National Menopause Summit YouTube channel, and our whole motivation of doing that is that there is a reliable, fact-based information place, that's really bad English, online where people can access best in class information instead of trying to trawl through all of the God knows what online, basically. So that they were some really powerful stats that we got on the whole menopause in the workplace piece.
Wonderful. Yeah, I mean, I did your survey, and I like the one about have you ever thought of leaving your partner? Because I was like, oh, that's going to cause some controversy. I won't say what I answered.
Yeah, I know. Well, the funny thing was when we were putting the survey together, and I'll be totally honest about this, Sam, when we were putting the survey together, obviously we wanted to capture menopause in the workplace. Obviously, we wanted to capture, what symptoms are you suffering from? Where do you access your information? How severe are your symptoms, etc. But I also wanted to include questions that are based on my anecdotal experience and the kind of stuff that women are talking. And I'm not saying that everybody's talking about leaving their partner, okay? But the kind of stuff that people are talking about over a glass of wine. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So, there was, quite a number of people. Well, there was, I think, 32% of people had considered as part of their perimenopause and menopause journey, leaving their long-term partner or spouse, and 38% of people said that they found that perimenopause and menopause had a negative effect on their relationship. And that's not surprising because it's a hugely discombobulating, challenging part of a woman's life, and there's a lot to deal with. And perhaps with the depletion of estrogen in our systems, we become a little less tolerant. I'll put it like that.
But it's great even like to see the likes of Martin Gillick bringing that in, as a guy.
He's amazing.
And for people to understand, I think it's understanding, but the fact-based information, I have to say, Sinead, this is wonderful because it's so hard to find the right information. You have all these, there's things on TikTok and Instagram, which is the right information. So at least you're getting the right people together with the proper fact-based information, which I think is going to help people so much. We have 57 watching this at the moment, by the way.
Hi, everyone, and thanks so much for joining. That's great.
Yeah, we want to let you know that Sinead has a discount code if you are interested. We've just put it up on the screen there. I'll put it in the ticker as well. Do you want to tell people how they can get tickets and how they can contact you? Maybe if there's someone with a big organization watching that wants a table. You sell tables of 10, is it?
We do. So basically, anyone can jump on the site, obviously, www. Does anybody say the W's anymore? I do because I'm old. NationalMenopauseSummit.com, and you can book tickets there, right? I just want to make one point in relation to the event this year, Sam, so everybody's really clear on this. We're coming back as a 2-day symposium at the Aviva Stadium on the 11th and 12th of April. We are rolling out the same content across both days. So don't panic. You don't need a 2-day ticket. So the whole idea of doing 2 days is that people could look at their calendar. We wanted to give as many people as possible the opportunity to avail of the live event and this information. So you can look at your calendar, you can have a look, you can see whether the 11th or the 12th works for you. We do sell tables of 10. They can be booked on the website as well. But just to note, a lot of organizations would come to me and I would generate an invoice for them because, you know, not everybody is in a position to buy a table of 10 online. So there's no problem with that. People can contact me, as you say there, at Sinead@bestinvest.ie. I'm blue in the face filling out supplier forms, but I'm delighted to do that, it has to be said, Sam. So, you know, send me through anything you need, and I'd be happy to generate an invoice for you. And that discount code LIL LinkedIn Live 39 is on single tickets. So if you're interested in attending and you input that code, then you will get €39 off the cost of your ticket today.
Well done. Well, I think it's wonderful and I'm really looking forward to it. Sinead, thank you so much for your time.
Oh, you're more than welcome, Sam. Thank you for the
and thank you from all of us ladies of Ireland. I know that this is actually in Ireland only, but I know that this is needed all over the world. I know that's, you know, we could go international with this. I mean, there's so many women need our help. And, you know, I definitely am one of those, you know, so I definitely will be there. So I look forward to seeing you there, Sinead. And everybody who commented, Helena, and Helena actually said, she said, best, what did she say? Best, well done, best in class. And then Anita says, I'm the same. My brain is all over the place. I have the tickets so I can learn more that I can share with my female sports buddies. So
can I mention one thing just, and it's lovely to get that feedback from everybody, and thank you so much. But just in terms of the future of the event as well, just to let you know, Sam, and to let everybody who's listening know, this is not a shot in the dark. And when Sinead's over menopause, this is going to stop. Sinead's never over menopause, and it's never going to stop. So our plan is to develop the National Menopause Summit into literally the web summit of menopause. I want to develop this as an international summit, fact-based, for consumers and business delegates, that just happens to take place in Dublin every year. So the reason that we're doing 2 days on the summit is, number one, we can facilitate 1,200 people, which is wonderful, across 2 days in the Aviva Stadium. But also, I think 2 days is respectful of the need and the urgency and the requirement for this kind of education and information for people. So I'm hopeful that at some point we'll be 3 days, maybe we'll be 4 days. The point is that there is enough fact-based information out there, and there are enough incredible speakers delivering that if I had all the money in the world, Sam, I could do this for 5 days in the RDS. I just don't have all the money in the world. So we are building to that model, if you like, of that sort of web summit model. I like to say that I hope the web summit guys won't come for me here, but want it to be a web summit of menopause effectively. So that's where our ambitions lie. We're very, very passionate about it. I'm hugely passionate about it. And it's like everything, as you said, Sam, at the beginning of the call, I reached a point in my life where I just wanted to do something about this. And one of the good things about menopause and all of the innovations, it's now, and the research and all of that kind of stuff is working at breakneck speed. And a lot of that is being instigated by women in menopause. Do you know what I mean? So, yes. For example, Dr. Tanya Mulcahy is speaking at the summit, and she's the head of Femtech, who are part of the Health Innovation Hub of Ireland. And she is funding innovators, in most cases, female innovators. These people obviously have scientific backgrounds and all of that kind of stuff, who are developing innovations literally born of their own experience and the need for these things. So we're going to the moon here with this one, Sam. We're going all the way, and we're going nowhere. We'll be back every single year. So that's the plan.
Well done, Sinead. Thank you so much for your time. And I'll just put that on the screen again in case people missed it. If you want to contact Sinead yourself, it's sinead@bestinvest.ie. And the discount code is LIL 39. And thank you. It's 67 people watching this. So well done.
Fantastic. Super.
Thanks, everybody. And enjoy your lunch. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks, Sinead.
Thanks a million. Bye.